Yeah, because we'd finished off Act 4, so hopefully this bounces us straight into Act 5? I think so. You're feeling like you're in control. I've made a decision. I had to work at it. I'm feeling like I'm master of yourself again. There we go. Right. Continue. Like I said, I think this should drop us straight into... Well, I mean, we could play the interlude before we move on to part 5. We never played any of the other interludes because they weren't part of, like, the base game when we first did it. But, you know what? Sure. I'm guessing this is like an extra 10 minutes worth or something like that. These, I think, were released like little like web episode type idea. Nicotine is making me grouchy. Carbs are fine. I'm over them now. I remembered meat, pork scratchings, and peanuts, and cheese, cream in coffee. Never be vegan. Also, either this is deathly quiet. It's deathly quiet. There you go. That's why. I don't know why that was turned all the way down. I'm not too late, am I? This must be our guest. Maybe she's delivering a video. Who is this person? She's supposed to be here, so maybe she's our guest. Oh, hi. You must be, Oh, sorry, I'm Maya. Right, the traveling artist. Welcome. I'm Emily. I work here. Great. Rita said you're the producer? Oh, did she? I guess so. Do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I know the feeling. You weren't around earlier at the lunch thing. No, I don't live in town. I just come in to work on the station. So presumably this is the kind of public access station we've like heard about for last couple of episodes. You've met some keto vegans. They were honestly the least joyful people I've ever encountered. Is that a hate crime to say that now? I don't know. I mean, if I could barely be vegetarian, let alone vegan. Everything I eat has to have had a face in a previous life. So you know, I doubt I would be climbing the walls if I had to go vegetarian for a week. Vegan, I would just like no. I'd commit seppuku with a celery stick before that. Really? That's quite a hike, isn't it? I know. I know some shortcuts. Oh, okay. I should make sure she's comfortable. We'd better get started. I wonder what her deal is. Good producer would always try and get them comfortable. So, do you... No, I'm fine, thanks. I'll just find somewhere to perch until the folks are ready. I've got a lot to digest. Mentally, I mean. Well, it was a big lunch, but I spent most of the afternoon examining the mounds. Mounds of what? Oh, the burial mounds. Yeah, that's why I came down here. To see them up close and make some sketches. They're amazing, right? They make me uncomfortable, to be honest. It seems kind of weird to build a town in a graveyard. Sure, every town has a graveyard, but usually the town comes first. Okay, I'll check if Rita's ready. You can hang out back here somewhere. We'll let you know when it's time to come on set. Great! Thanks for having me. You too. I mean, you know what I mean. Why am I so awkward with visitors here? Just used to seeing the same 12 people day in, day out, I guess. Looks like I just made it before the sky broke open. Alright, Serrano here is helping with the weather report. Video databank. Do we know who this person is? Slow-mo crow, keeping an eye on the control board. Okay. Well, James left a patch wired up on the image processor. Time to start the show. Oh, no, back up. I miss you, Cross-Eye. What's that? Looks like the ceiling is holding up okay. Just the usual leaks. At least the floor is staying dry. My left boot has a hole. Hope the neighbors are okay. Ben and Bob working on a project. We found that radio in the woods a week or two ago. So I wonder if this radio is related to the people that have been working underground. You're currently watching Horrible Bosses 2, and my god, I'm cringing so hard at their failed attempts at committing crime. Also, hi! Did you watch Horrible Bosses 1? And are you prolonging the torture by moving on to 2, or what? I don't know. I've not seen either, so I can't comment, really. I cleaned the circuits with rubbing alcohol and left it out in the sun. Seemed like it was working okay again, so why are they taking it apart? If it gets any worse, we might be stuck in town tonight. So I guess I make sure all the, questions disappear. Serrano doing the weather report. That should be cool. Elmo gets a lot more into it when he has some noise to vibe on. So I guess this is Serrano helping Elmo? Possibly? Okay. It used to be on the other side of the room, and the couch was in this corner. We moved it here where the ceiling is less leaky. It's further from the windows, too, so sunlight doesn't bleach the labels. So much for archiving... so much of archiving is just playing hide-and-seek with the weather. Slow-mo crow could be the episode title already. Keep up the good work, Mo. Hatch bay. Nice. Maybe there'll be time to play with it after the show. Well, I guess it's time to start the show. Okay, ready when you are. How does it look outside? Gross. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Saturn is in retrograde. Oh no, she's one of those. I did see the Joy-Cons, noob. Though, I mean, are you getting a, what they called? Pro gamepad as well? The actual one that looks like a gamepad. And also, do you think you'll be doing it mostly as a on-the-go, kind of as a mobile experience, or are you liable to have it plugged in a lot? Hey, Law! How is today going for you? You had a reasonable start to the week? Not too stressful, I hope. What does that even mean? Yep. I think it'll let up. I guess we'll see what Elmo says. Is it tickle me, Elmo? My poor tomatoes. Okay, in 3, 2... Hi, it's Rita. This is your evening broadcast. 8192. Wow, it's really raining out there. Damn, I can hear it from here. We have a few leaks. Put some pots and bowls underneath them. Thanks, Ron, for lending us your extra pots and bowls. I hope you had a good day despite the weather. Although it was really nice earlier, right? I had a good day today. I met a new friend. She's going to join us in about a minute or so. Maybe you saw her earlier around lunch. Or if you didn't meet her, then you'll meet her in a minute. Okay, or if you met her already, but you still want to hang out, I'm sure there's plenty that we can talk about. Wow. So this is 8192. Is that right, Emily? Is that episode title? The episode 8192? It seems odd. I mean, I know in the States they have, like, really long radio station, like, number designations for, like, presumably the frequency. You might get a Pro Pad, but not immediately. Maybe on the go, I just want to get play Hyrule Warriors and maybe stream it. Okay. Didn't go great. Didn't go to school on Monday and yesterday. I was, however, dragged to school and just got back. Still feel bad, though. Oh, no. Hopefully, we can, like, ease your troubles somewhat. Though there more revision that this afternoon. So the plan is to colour in a drawing you drew at school and relax. Okay. Well, whilst you break out the coloured pencils, or, I mean, are we doing a bit of watercolour as well? How exactly are we colouring in? Hopefully, I can narrate our way through the story. What is she talking about? That's a lot of broadcasts. I came in around the 5s, so I've been around for half of them. And back then, in the 5s, let's see, I did Night Noise, and we had Swap's show, the Bird show, the people were just coming in and dropping off tapes all the time, and now it's just the evening broadcast. But it's not like, I'm not saying we're in decline or anything like that. I love the evening broadcast. I think it was the first show we had on here. It's the first show not produced by the power company. Yes, wait. No, well, technically... It was the first community show, yeah. Those hypnotic, fuzzy old tapes about safe wiring. Those empty humming shots of trees and glowing-eyed animals. That nasty paranoid propaganda. I'm going with the trees and glowing-eyed animals. Oh, we got an expensive set of colouring pencils. There we go. Before that, it was just security footage from the woods. Yeah, so it's the spine of the station. Or maybe it's the heart. Or is it the skin? What part of the WEVP body do you think this is? Why don't you come on by and tell us about it? We're going to be here for about 30 minutes or so. Or if you don't want to brave the storm, you can always give us a call. Same number as always. 270-216-5556. Okay, so we're going to start with a tape. This is an old one. It's one of mine, and maybe you haven't seen it. Or if you have seen it, it's been a while, so maybe you've forgotten. Whispering in the background. Shit! What? She asked me to queue up her tape on Pueblo de Nada. Where is it? I don't know. It's probably still shelled. I'll find it. Ron Silent mouths a thank you. Okay, so... let's see if we can find Un Pueblo de Nada. Emily scans the shelves of videotapes. I had these alphabetical. Maybe it's still in the stack. Oh, what's this? Pulls an unlabeled tape to herself absently. Impossible to say. Not much tape in there, though. Old bumpers? Out of the... someone should come in here and label all these. We put this all in chronological order, although I guess it's hard to remember. Sometimes the order of things, and some of these tapes were made at the same time. We started one video and then started another in the middle, then came back later, and time is out of joint. It's like sweeping a beach. Oh wait a minute. Ron said he started filing the old stuff by language, so something fell behind the shelf here. Ralph borrowed it for his screening, so it's probably with the others he returned. I'm going to go something fell down back of the shelf. Pulls a grimy tape case from behind the shelf. Gross, it's damp. Ooh, it's wet. Ooh, 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 ooh. Open. It's empty. Ralph borrowed it for his private screening. I'm going to go with language then. Favorite tires, that's English. Disagreeable birds, also English. The zone, that's in Japanese. Fiesta Salvia, getting warmer. From Pueblo de Nada. Aha. Your dog isn't letting you colour though. He wants all the fuss. Oh no. It's just like lots of rolling on the back. Love me. Love me. What do you all do without me? Right. Here you go, Mo. Hold off playing this until Rita's done setting it up. Thanks, babe. What was the name's crow's name? Slow Mo Crow or something, wasn't it? Right. Back to the show. Ready when you are, Rita. Simple people that lived here a long time ago, before the company town, before the airstrip, like over 100 years ago. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. Ready, Emily? I wonder what Maya thinks of the duck. This is cool. Have you seen it before? Is she being genuine right now? Just making small talk? I should say something nice. Yeah, it's something else. You don't sound convinced. It's not a bad way to learn about history, though. I helped Rita edit it. She did a lot of the research for this tape. I can't remember where the music for this video came from. No, that sounds like more of a producer answer. Going, do we haven't cleared the rights for this music? And pouring you when you stop, yeah. Rita, no, Sherry brought it in. She found a crate of old tape reels in the hangar. Must have been from the power company. Maybe some music to pipe over the loudspeakers in town and keep spirits high. It is history, right? Or is it just a story? It seems kind of sad now. I guess it's kind of a memorial. Those are always sad. A memorial to the people who used to live here. Or is there even a difference? Although now the tape is just here on a shelf. Every once in a while we dust it off and it shuffles around the airwaves again. Like an old dog. Sorry, did I say something wrong? Oh no. I'm sorry. I just have some weird shit going on in my head tonight. You know what I mean? Sure, it's okay. Sorry, I spaced out. Don't worry about it. You should... Oh, should I go sit? Yeah, it's almost over. Back to you in 3, 2... Next up is Maya's interview. So where are you staying tonight? Here in town? Oh, good. Yeah. Even before the storm came in, I thought it'd be nice to get some rest before the long hike back to the highway. Ron offered his loft? What? He said I could sleep in his loft. Oh, honey, he's talking about his barn. Ron, nobody wants to sleep in your barn. It's not haunted. But it is haunted. How did that rumor start? Hauntings aside, it's not very comfortable barn. How did that rumor start? How am I? I'm not too bad. As you could probably tell, the voice is a little croaky. I don't know. I think it's... I would say it's lack of sleep, but I actually got some sleep last night, so I'm actually feeling a little revitalized in that sense. But But yeah, not too bad. Hopefully, the voice holds out for the entirety of the stream, considering it's all dialogue-based today. Oh, was it when Bump stayed there? He heard scratching and crying. It really spooked him, and it was all he'd talk about for a week. Probably just a cat. You'll stay at my place. Oh, thanks. With the storm coming, I should probably find somewhere to stay out here tonight. Maybe I'll just sleep here in the studio. Well, I guess the loft is free if I dare. Just stay in the studio. Do you need anything? Actually, do you have an extra toothbrush? Be nice to sleep under the stars. I think I do, actually, yeah. Oh my god. I've been on the road, you know. Right. I actually used a twig this morning. I kind of chewed on one end. No stars tonight, though. I've done that, really. This case of, is this what dental healthcare is like in the States? People can't use toothbrushes, so they have to chew on sticks? Really? I'm disappointed. I thought I'd invented it. Even better, you can chew on some pine needles. It really freshens your breath. I mean, it's not perfect. Wow, that's roughing it. Just close your eyes and pretend, I guess. Right, exactly. And even then, it's just the same as... just not the same as real toothpaste. What the hell are they talking about? Do they know we're rolling? Emily waves to Rita. Oh, okay. Hi. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, that was from, like several years old. I can't remember exactly. I enjoyed it very much. Oh, thank you, Maya. What's next? I brought in a tape. Oh, okay. You good. All queued up. I'm gonna check on the boys. By the boys, I'm guessing these two? Yeah. What the hell are they doing? Ben and Bob are seated on the couch, poking at the electronic innards of the radio. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a rating, comment, like, subscribe. Yeah, very much so. So then it won't mute while it scans between stations. Okay, cause that's where they live, right? No, you just want a constant static noise. Right, the noise, that's where they live. They don't live anywhere, dude, they're ghosts. Okay, why does it matter where you tune the radio? It's like soil in your garden. You need rich soil, right? Mashed up, rotten leaves and stuff, like compost. Oh, hey, Am, how's the show? What the hell are you doing? Ben has something stuck in his beard. What are you doing to that poor radio? Working on a new ghost box. This guy Frank wrote about it in his newsletter. The Paranormal Periodical. No, that's Sylvia's. Frank's is the Ghost Gazette. The radio crackles as it scans rapidly across the spectrum. Snippets of voices mix with colored noise and unfamiliar interference patterns. I thought it was going to say, like, soiling your pants. Has anybody actually had any spoopy ghost experiences? And was it to the extent pants were soiled? Did you hear that? That was definitely a voice from beyond the grave. Sounded like, I clearly heard Dogwood in there. Yeah, kinda sounded more like Frogwood to me. What the hell is Frogwood? Man, I don't tell the ghost what to say. Did you hear that, Emily? Must have been Dogwood. Dogwood, of course. I guess it doesn't matter. The voice, ghost voice don't really come out until you play back the recording later. They only exist in recordings, like a copy without an original. A mirror reflecting something that isn't in the room. Eerie or weird? No, weird. Not yet! Like a vampire? Wait, no. That's backwards. A vampire has no reflection. Yeah, vampires are pretty mundane by comparison. They're just a mashup of some creepy things we already knew about. Cannibalism, hypnotism, mist, bats. Yeah, but I see bats every night. Bats aren't weird at all. Ghosts, though. We need a whole new framework to think about ghosts. Not you specifically, but your dad, when he was in my room chilling, he and his workmates were doing that seance shit with a full beer bottle. Bottle eventually fell over and the beer wasn't spilling out. I got in his face shouting that he'd really shouldn't have done such a thing. Okay, that's odd. Sure, it was a seance and not them just getting pissed and playing spin the bottle, which seems odd. So the ghosts speak and we can't hear it, but the tape recorder can hear it. Is that right? I don't know. Sometimes I think it's more like the recording itself is a ghost. Like, that's what ghosts are. Recordings of events that didn't happen. Where something keeps leaving new marks even after it's gone. False memories. Weird in both cases. Seriously, if a full beer bottle was tipped over, opened, and not spilling out, would you lose your shit? I think I'd have to be there to actually experience it, because it's definitely odd. More leaks. Wonder if it's true in cities too, if rain makes it all look empty. I'm trying to remember what's a big city I've been in when it rained. Oh, Chicago. Downpour on Western Avenue. We took shelter in a gas station. Does it just look empty because everyone stays inside? No, there's something uncanny about a town in a thunderstorm. It's like a reanimated corpse. This is not sustainable. The bowls on the floor are getting full pretty quickly. I hope somebody is planning on to empty these. Somebody else. I'm not doing all the work here. You just drink the beer instead. That sounds like a valid plan, Law. James has been working on this circuit diagram for a while now. Diagram has been up on the chalkboard for at least a couple of months. It's a schematic of some essential component in the image processor. Nobody understands it but James. That's the point. He's trying to clean it up and simplify it a bit. He'll publish the simplified diagram and everyone can build an image processor. Meanwhile, it's like hieroglyphics in here. The schematic seems to get even more eerie the longer James is away. He understands it, which keeps it tethered in the realm of the human. Otherwise, it might as well be in Lycan. Don't get me started on the fact that your sister did the Charlie thing when it was trending. I've never even heard of the Charlie thing, whatever that is. Came out... no, you get someone else to fuck with them and then watch in delight as they wreak havoc. You can plug any signal in here and it shows up on the screen. Sound waves, video signals, even just a weak electrical signal with no other purchase on the sensors. You can inspect electronic sounds that are usually too low frequency to detect. Sometimes it takes a little tuning. James used this to show me the guest in our wiring here in town. There's a low hum, barely even a hum, because it's too slow to be audible. A slow, gentle oscillation that offsets every other electrical signal in town. James hasn't been able to figure out what causes the hum, but it's okay. It's too subtle to cause any real problems for us. It's just there. There's something in the background noise. Okay. Okay, somebody's joined us. It's Ron's big moment. So, okay, Ron, anything you want to tell us about that tape?
Everything on that tape was wild.
Really? Everything? Wild stuff indeed. Even the horses?
Everything on that tape was wild.
I brought some forged folk tapes at a yard sale once. Planes used to leave these thick black marks on the runway at our little airstrip. I used to tell everyone about this donut shop in Sonora. Let's go with the donuts, shall we? You write yes and no on opposite corners of a paper, then lie down 2 pencils, one lying flat, the other on top of it. Then you ask Charlie, are you there? You wait for the top pencil to spin. It's a makeshift Ouija board. What happens if you have, like, one pencil that's not, like, even? Then it's going to skew the odds. I was a ghost, you just spin the pencil around and round and round to confuse them. Yes! Are you there? I don't know! That's the answer. Donut party. Told everyone they had amazing crawlers. Trying to convince them to stop there with me any time we were in the area. But the reason it stuck in my head was the name. I just thought it was funny. Were the horses wild? I thought those were the horses here. Oh, the neighbors? We called horses here the neighbors. No, I didn't recognize that one. Oh, the horses, that's related to how we found the entrance to Kentucky Route Zero, wasn't it? The horses were the barn, and they was also on the road as well. Get someone else to regret it for you instead. So, you've not had, like, spooky experiences yourself, Noob, but you would, like, class yourself as vaguely superstitious. And just from that statement, don't fuck with spirits, you'll regret it. I kind of feel like you've not had any experience yourself, but you are open to, like, weird shit is out there. One morning, on the way back after a late gig, just as the sun was coming up, Ben and Bob and I found ourselves on 65 by the Sonora exit at prime donut eating hours, so we stopped by. I don't think there are any wild horses anymore. Really? How could that be? Oh well, they've all been domesticated. Are the neighbors domesticated? We don't own them, no. They're, feral. It wasn't called Donut Party, it was just called Donuts. I said I thought they'd changed the name, but why? Then I noticed there was a party supply store across the street. The donuts weren't even very good. But the weird part is I still fantasize about stopping by the real donut party some morning and have one of those amazing crawlers. In fact, the desire's only grown more intense. You've not had any direct experiences, but have witnessed one event in person? Your dad should be lucky nothing happened afterwards. What, like having to clear up spilled beer? That's about the only thing that would have happened afterwards. Oh right, in your documentary you said that people who used to live here had freed their horses. Exactly, but You can free your pet cat, but it won't turn back into a panther. Right? That's a kind of haunting, a kind of ghost, like Ben was saying. But everything is a ghost around here these days. It's a ghost town with people still living in it, against all reason. Most of the houses are empty, despite all the pain in this town's history. This evening broadcast is a travesty, really. That's the producer's answer. I'd never say it out loud. Everyone works so hard on it. What about the dogs? Do you like dogs? Yeah, Ron. Was the dog wild? Everything on that tape was wild. It's a little perverse that this little community news program goes on strong while the community itself is barely hanging on. A leftover reflection. What if there was no beer to begin with, or the bottle lid was on? Odd, but I don't think it classifies as spooky, honestly. It didn't look wild to me. I guess it's a matter of perspective. I'm not sure I agree, but now it's not the time. It's time for the weather. Thanks again, Ron. We're hanging on long past our expiration date. Well, the weather should be pretty wild. I can hear it for myself right now. Yeah, getting pretty intense out there. Do you get storms like this a lot? More and more. Right, of course. And then, of course, there's the actual ghost. Alright. Here's Elmo with the weather report, and lucky for us... And lucky us, we also have Sarana Cole, who's stopped by to add some drama, musically. I hear he's going to be at the Rum Colony later tonight, if you need a cocktail after the show. So let's go live to Elmo for the weather report. Oh, is Elmo ready? I should make sure the camera's pointed in the right direction. Cool, my socks are getting wet. I love to have wet socks. Right, can we physically turn the camera? I guess not. Right, I guess we're just... Really happening? We're about to get drenched. Elmo and Serrano are killing this weather report. Whispering, hey! Whispering, hey? This is so trippy. I could do this. It's pretty trippy. How did he work out those ratios of oil and water and dyes? It seems so precise, the way he drips them onto the little half drop at a time. Roofs are leaking all over town. Must have been a lot of trial and error. Just starting a circle of light on the wall. Drip, drip, drip. Where'd you get your supplies, Elmo? Ben has a guy in... Oh wait, you mean the projection stuff? I mailed order the candle dyes. This other stuff is just mineral oil? Like you get at a drugstore? The projector, somebody just left it here, man. Incredible. Oh no, that must be Serrano. He's playing a guitar or a sitar? I guess it's a sitar, isn't it? Just from like the string sounds? Actually, was that girl who does the pirate video stuff, you know, jamming our signal? It's an interesting ghost story, though, yeah. Weaver? Yeah, our resident ghost. Ghost, huh? You really think she's dead? Does it matter? Of course it matters, maybe not. What does he mean by that? You can't leave a ghost behind until you're dead, right? Well, that's one way to do it. But have you ever missed someone so bad you felt like they were haunting you? Or been in a relationship with someone where it feels like their ex-lover is always in the room? See what you mean. Hey, you think she'll get us tonight? It's about time, right? You're right. He's right. We're about due. Plus Saturn's in retrograde. So I hear. Not that she keeps a strict schedule, but it's never longer than a month or two between. Oh, well, what does Mimi call them? I know they're bad for the general vibe around here, but can I be honest? Emily knocks a mock gravity. I kind of like it when she bursts in and takes over our signal. It's like a log falling on the road and reminds you that this all used to be trees. Interventions, that's what Mimi calls it. It's been going on for a couple of years now. How does she do it? Her performances were cool, though. I never saw her perform. I heard about it. Oh yeah, I saw her do it a few times. I was into it. It sounds like he was into Weaver as well, in a big way. Panda can definitely make it to the community stream day. He wasn't certain, but he's got told. He got told yesterday. Okay, so we've got Panda with us on Saturday as well. Has anybody else had any other ideas for what we could play on Saturday? We've got our usual fallbacks, as always, but once again, I want to see if we can add in anything new or different. This is why I suggested, what was it, Ticket to Ride? Because it's going to be free to anybody that wants it. Scribble.io as well. But then again, we have done something similar to that, because, you know, it's essentially Pictionary, and we've done, like, the drawful stuff with Jackbox. I'm not sure what's, like, the difference visually. Obviously for me, like, drawful is easier because it's easier to capture rather than having a separate web page open and capturing through that. For a while, we thought she had the tower somewhere, but she's even jamming the local cable transmissions. She did lectures, right? Yeah, you could say that. I thought of them as storytelling sessions. She talked for hours and shuffled through slide after slide of shapes, numbers, weird constellations. Who knows what any of it meant? Ralph and Sherry went and checked every cable in town for... Oh, what would they call it? This was her projector? Right, I don't know where she got it, though. It still works really well. I got a spare bulb at a resale shop, but I haven't had to use it yet. It's the browser. It's just a game you play often with your favorite friends. Taps, splices, injection sites, places where Weaver could be overriding our signal. They didn't find anything. It's a mystery, that's why it bothers people so much. But to me, that just makes it more dignified somehow. What happened to the rest of her stuff? I bet her slides are still here in the station, maybe with the posters? Sherry has all Weaver's old notebooks. I know that much. She keeps them in her archive, you know, the big blue filing cabinet. With the daisies painted on it? Yeah, anyway, the real hard part to find is these two pieces of glass. They have to be paired very precisely. I had to get these from the clock store over in Glasgow. That's where they come from. Clock faces. Thanks for the tips, dude. Anytime, dude. So... there is still, like, a drawn-on thing there, but I guess we've done all that. So where's this filing cabinet? It's not in here. Okay, back to the broadcast. Oop. Back to you, reader. Thanks, Elmo and Serrano. So, next we have a selection from the video data bank. You're gonna like this one, Maya. This one's about caves. Ooh. Yeah, local caves. We play this one a lot. It's pretty cool. Oh, but we have a phone call. Should we get it now or should we wait? We'll get it now, okay? Rita presses the button on the telephone next to her. Hello, WEVP? Geoff. So apparently it's Jeff with a G. I don't know whether you could actually hear him. He's very quiet compared to the rest of the storm. Can we actually do anything about the... No, I mean, we can literally change the volume, but we can't, like, do individual sliders for, like, background noise and voice. Hey Maya, hey Ron. The raccoon's eating his garbage. Hope you all packed a lunch. Sounds like this is going to be a long one. Like I said, can you actually hear that guy's voice? I'm guessing on the mix it's pretty quiet, but I can't do anything about bumping up the audio for the dialogue alone. And the rainstorm is going to drown it out regardless. The circle of life for his garbage, really? Okay, Bumbles could be an episode title. I'm writing that one down. Come on, we have to. It's Bumbles and, what was it, Mow the Crow? Though that said, we haven't even actually got to Act 5 yet. This is still all the prelude stuff. They should be okay if I wander around a bit. Oh, right, okay. We're gonna go look for... What's the name? Okay, well, what's this lot on the notice board? She'd jot down the time and date whenever there was an intervention. Mimi hasn't been by in a few weeks, though. When was the last one? Let's see, what the notes say. Oh, wait, she just wrote times, not dates. Well, that's not very helpful. They're all at night. I guess that's a pattern. Oh, and here's Ron's recipe for mac and cheese. 6 cups of milk? Decadent. Hey, babe. She really loves this crow, does she? Hey, babe. Slow-mo crow. A chitter and a coo. Did you know, Weaver? 2 chitters and a chitter. Oh, really? Was she nice to you? Do you ever see her lectures? Sounds amazing. I would have liked to see that. You make her sound so normal. Talk to anyone else and it's like she had a second head. One of our little mysteries, like the out-of-towner. Out-of-towner is a phrase we've not come across at all so far, is it? You tend to draw your male friends in the shower. Okay. Now I'm worried. A single enigmatic core. Oh, really? Did you know him well? Several whistles, then a pause as if more are coming, but they never do. Wow, I had no idea. A series of coos and a coo. It was terrible what happened to him. So, who do you think did it? A snap and then a coup. Of course, I hadn't considered that possibility. What a waste. Sad. Well, have fun. I'm gonna go see if Jeff is done. Single playful click. Ah, right. No leaks back here just yet. The tapes are safe for the moment. I have a bad feeling the situation won't last. Soon I'll be scrounging for a tarp to protect the video data bank. Okay, we're looking for Jeff. Couch is getting a little damp, but Ben and Bob don't seem to mind. Probably too wrapped up in their project. Bob has some theories about Weaver's broadcasts. He was considering how she might be tapping it into our wires here in town. He built a model, like a proof of concept. This big metal box you could wire up and use to take over our signal. It actually worked. The thing needed too much power to run. Even a car battery could only keep it going for a few seconds. Weaver's broadcast just loops and loops, sometimes for hours. Consolidated Power doesn't pay any attention to this town anymore. But they still have us on a strict energy budget. There's no way she's plugged into the grid. You can tell how much I like them by how hairy I make their chests. Oh, okay. That's the mark of a true friend, is it? Right. Oh my god, he's still going. Ron's already drifted off. Okay, right. Somebody call Elon Musk. Something fell off his SpaceX project. Okay, he just wants to go and wash stuff in her sink? This is getting weird. Oh shit, the line's dead. The phone line's such a mess up here. Hello? Was that the storm, or was it the damn phone lines? Maybe they're really flaky, huh? Business as usual. He has a really soothing voice. That's Jeff. He's a regular caller. He's asleep? Indicates to Ron, who has fallen asleep in his chair. Oh well, let him sleep. Okay, well, let's play the tape. This is Cave Art. It's a classic around here. I'm excited. Looks like Mo has got this one all queued up. Way to go, Mo. I should make small talk. I should let Maya enjoy the tape. So if Weaver is a ghost, by some agreed-upon definition of mechanics, that means WEVP-TV is haunted. Greetings, Valdir! How are we? Should we be doing something about that? Aren't you supposed to, like, have an exorcism or something? I mean, you can't just leave a place haunted. That would be negligent. I'd miss her, though. I guess there are good ghosts and bad ghosts, like spiders. Good in the garden, bad in the shower. A loud crashing noise from outside wakes Ron up. What the hell? What was that? Oh, I'll check it out. Yeah, should we go help? Oh no, he's... Oh, the tape is over. What do you think? That was great. Yeah, I'd like that one. I kind of... That sounded pretty close. Oh no, the power's out. Or just the lights. I don't know, it's... I'll take a look around. Maybe a fuse blew on the relay or something. Some scared rats chewed a wire. Abandoned ship. Just kidding. Guess I'll take a look around and see if anything's smoking. Our little town must seem more romantic now. If it survives the night. Maybe we should call something. Maybe we should call... nah, the phones are definitely dead now. I guess it's up to me to figure out what's going on here. Oh, that's... no, of course not. That was highlighting... Lightning flashes in the dark make it look like a slideshow out there. My summer vacation in the ghost town. They're still picking away at their project in the dark as the storm bears down on us. I'm not too bad. What about yourself, Valdir? Anything specific on the docket for today? Are we playing any particular games or heading out to the shops or what? So what else is new? That's this whole town just whistling along on its way to the grave. That's dark. Whole thing is soaked. You having trouble with... Who's Nikki? That's a new name. Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought your power was out. Yeah, it just came back on. Weird. Good thing, though. You made it in this storm. Just going with the flow, are you? Fair enough. I mean, it sounds like a plan, at least. Oh, I'd never miss the evening broadcast, to be honest. It's the only time I get to share my work. Nikki's still carrying a torch for the out-of-towner. I wonder how many people even tune in at this point. Is she just reading her poetry to us here in the studio? Hey, Grund! Are we still poring over the books? Or are we taking a break today? Sure, of course, that's great. Wow, it's pouring out there. I think that they have some paper towels over the set. Oh, thank you. Well, ready to go? Ready? Some of the studio wiring is in puddles. That's never a good sign. That's dangerous, right? Yes. Even in a local TV station, there's going to be some high voltage cables running through here. Well, it's not the voltage you have to worry about. It's the ampage, isn't it? It's the ampage that will kill you. Okay, I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that. That sounds like a producer to me. Okay, honestly, the producer is the one that's worrying about everything. Okay, the ceiling is falling apart. Doesn't bode well for the roof. Can't be arsed. Oh no. Is the brain finally given up? Is that it? Now we enter the culture section of tonight's program. Did you fix it? Just came back on its own. I'll just take a second for the equipment to warm back up and we'll be on the air again. Spooky. It's a disaster out there. The neighbor's barn is basically underwater. Wow, so just completely? Yeah, just completely flooded. I passed Ron on the way in. He's going to take a look to see if there's anything he can do. Will they be okay? Ron knows what he's doing. He used to be a firefighter. It's a little bit different though, right? I guess. Nikki hands some wet paper towels to Rita. I mean, that's not actually going to fix anything, is it then? Oh, thanks. Nikki pulls a journal out from her jacket pocket. I brought my work. Oh, good. Nikki reads her poetry. It's a weekly feature of our broadcast. Your eyes are not willing to cooperate. Going to the supermarket soon, though. Braving the disgusting warm temperature and sunshine. I mean, when you say it's warm for Sweden, but I'm guessing what, like maybe just over 5 degrees or something like that. Anywhere else, people would be complaining it's rather chilly. For you, though, it's warm. Am I anywhere close? How am I doing? Not too bad. I'm 5 degrees. See, how did I guess? I'm not too bad. I have to admit the voice is a bit croaky. Not for any particular reason. It's not like I've been on the liquor all night or anything like that. It's just I actually slept, so it's not lack of sleep. I think it's just one of those things, and it's going to be shot by the end of this. But we have got 2 games today that we're going to get through. That's the plan, anyway. Oh, great! I look forward to hearing it. Yeah, I just hope that we can keep going. We lost power a little while before, right? Better get started then. To the outer tower. What eagle flew you to our final bed? It was not man who brought you there to sleep. The man who left you bloodied then and fled had chosen mud and muddy-watered creek. Did wild turkeys gobble dote and care and wipe the moss beneath your eyelids clear? Your cardinals pull the twigs out from your hair and wash your hands and feet and trim your beard. When wood ducks dressed you in your resting gown and pigeons fashioned shoes from leaves and bark, who then sewed flowers into a burial crown, the one who made your headdress was a hawk. The men who broke your body, where were they? The vultures stayed home on your funeral day.
Emily, look at the monitor.
Dude, be quiet, we're live right now.
No, we're not, look.
Is Weaver back in touch with us? That's not our broadcast. Damn, there she is. Alma was right. What's wrong? It's her, Weaver. Oh, really? Tonight? Sorry about this, Maya. What's going on? Local prankster. She jams our signal every once in a while, whenever the stars align. Dehydration during the night can affect your throat an entire day if the mucous membrane gets a bit dry. Does not have to indicate a cold on its way, but better be safe on the safe side and take some extra rest time and some more fluids. I'm on it. Though caffeine is probably not helping, is it? Damn, so what do you do about it? Just wait until she's done. We've never been able to stop her from jamming us. We don't even know how she does it. We should be back on in a minute, though. Don't worry. Glass breaking, building groaning. The entire TV station has just collapsed, possibly. The storm dies down. But we just have that slow hum of the electrical storm. And here we are, into the final act. Act 5, Scene 1. So, where we left off was, we basically did the whole boat journey, hadn't we? And Conway and Shannon had gone to like some flooded train station that was doubling up as a phone exchange. Whilst Shannon spoke to the operators, Conway basically jumped on a different boat and was disappearing off with a couple of skeletons that potentially worked for the distillery, and that's kind of where we left it. Is it a dead horse or a dead cow? The barn is definitely underwater, like they said. Give me just a minute. That's everything, right? How did this all fit in that truck? I'm afraid you carried more than your share. How'd it all fit in the truck? Got your my sky to place I'm happy with. Starting on the Sci-Fi City. Oh, okay. Will we get a picture of it later in the chat once you're all done with your creation? It's bigger on the inside. It's so bright. I think it rained. You think? So we hear. Rained a lot, I mean. Worms are going to be out for sure. May I use your phone, Miss Shannon? Oh, yeah, shit, the battery's dead. Oh, who are you calling? I was going to call Julian. How does a giant eagle answer a phone? No, I thought you might have some games on it. No, I want to know whether Julian can answer a phone. Who's Julian? He has a phone? Yeah, obviously. Who's Julian? Where is 5 Dogwood Drive? I don't want to haul this stuff any further until I know it. Till we know exactly where we're going. Right, no idea. Maybe we should split up. I'll go scout ahead. Okay, holler if you find anything. It's a nice morning for a walk, but a bit muddy. So is this indicating Ezra is going to go with Clara, maybe? Okay, we are... Why is the cat following a firefly? You might, at least however far I've gotten, before you get bored, okay. Can we bring the bug up into the roof of the barn? Looks like it. I think they're dead cows, maybe? And now you'll return to Chicago? Just taking one last look. Oh, I see the little lurk there, Fizz. How are we doing, buddy? Oh no, I'm heading to Ohio next. They have a few great burial mounds I want to revisit. Eventually, I was thinking I'd just drive for a while. Oh, I like the idea of just taking a long drive. I've had enough of driving. I guess I'll be getting back on the road myself before long. Hey, take your time. Oh, look what I found. Yeah, it's about that time, huh? I'm headed to Ohio myself. Why am I struggling over saying the word Ohio? At least it's not Iowa, because then we would struggle to find out what the hell they're actually up to. No. What is that? An animal bone? Is that a toy? Interested in it being an animal bone. It's a pipe, I think. Super ancient. It's probably 1,000 years old. I don't even smoke. Oh well. I'm just an observer anyway. People who made these mounds, they used to carve these. It's beautiful, right? This big mound. Why did they build this huge dirt spiral? I'm trying to think. There are like... There's obviously pagan traditions for like spirals and that. But isn't it kind of also very kind of... runic, almost Nordic, like spiral burial mounds and that. Not like ancient Vikings did a lot of burying. It's all about setting fire to people and pushing them off in boats, right? Not bad. Oh hi. Oh, ow. Hi. Oh. Okay. Make up your mind. I mean, you can both say hi and get high. I'm not going to stop you, but Most of these ancient earthworks are thought to have been burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't, to be honest. I don't know what it was for. It's just art. It's all just art. Not so much pagan or Nordic, more phallic. I mean, a spiral yeah, I don't think it comes under the word phallic. A spiral. I mean, if it is, then somebody needs to go see a doctor. Penises should never become in a spiral. Celtic, yes. I can see that. I mean, it's strung out across the ground. I don't know whether it's particularly erect. It comes with a twist, does it? Right, okay, let's go talk to the robots. Oh, yes, that's why. We got to the bottom of the stairs and we were going to have to carry everything up the stairs. Junebug and Johnny strain to hear the noises coming from the well. There's that weird sleepy singing again. It's like two people talking, but not to each other. No, it definitely has like a weird, eerie sound to it. It's kind of reverent. A choir, maybe. Two songs overlapping, but the same singers in each group. No, it's got something choral about it. Johnny shades his eyes with his hand. You think the truck's okay down there? Sure, I doubt any thief could get it. Get it started. It's lost, but they don't seem to mind. Yeah, spiral art on the ground, it's definitely not phallic. Just gonna go back to lurking. I guess this will actually allow us to zoom out. Oh, right. So this was the ship's cat? I like the expression of the different purrs and shrieks essentially as different, like, spiral patterns, I guess. Chase the bug. Right, can we do anything with the dead cow or horse? Can we go talk to Ron? That's a damn shame. That's what you call it. A distressed meow. Well, what do you know, anyway? Play with the dragonfly. Right. Can we go any further that way? I see something of a church. Who's this? Waffles for any weather. I mean, we could go for waffles right about now. It's like a aviary, a bunch of parrots. Jorge scanned the shelf. He quickly found a book he was looking for. There are only a few dozen left, more shelves than books now. The results of an experiment called the New Selection. Privately, he called it the Purge. Throw everything into the well. Dead animals, live animals, people. I mean, we've not come across any dead bodies, but they were talking, like, in the prelude thing about some dead stranger. But only privately, in small groups of reliable complainers. The unspoken rule was to hold back criticism as long as possible. Experiments needed time to unfold naturally, without the interference of doubt. Jorge would have preferred to complain more freely. In the scheduled feedback circle sessions had been losing their teeth lately, he thought. A trend that coincided with Fraser's increasingly central role in the community. Really? Are we going back to Cheers, or are we, setting up a radio station for psychiatrists? I'm listening. Frasier's proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member. But his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of the community life to the next in search of excess to cut back. Lately, he turned his scythe to the library. The new selection meant decimating their store of books according to Frasier's own inscrutable criteria. Now we are guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time for lost on printed chaff. Frasier's colorless voice echoed in Jorge's mind. He felt it like spitting. Instead, he took the book under his arm and set off for the woods. So I don't know what that's all about. Oh, hi, kitty. Where did you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here? These folks, the ones who built this thing, they chase birds too. Is this the poet? Kind of looks like her. Oh, so is that Ezra? What kind of fish are those? They were beautiful animals. No, I should say. What kind of fish were those? They're goldfish. They eat algae and mosquito eggs. Very helpful. Sounds like a good job. I'm surprised they survived the storm, actually. Yes, it does. My job today is to write this poem. Beats working for the power company. What brings you to town? No, she's going on about poetry. Who's it for? Is it happy or sad? I'd like it to be hopeful somehow, but it just keeps coming out as sad. Well, I think our dragonfly flew inside the Waffle House. Kind of looks like a church. Okay, good chunk of town got flooded, but not all of it. Who are you? Can we speak to you? So what's that weird monument? Kind of reminds me of like one of the buildings we saw in like the museum. Also, is that Slow-Mo Crow? Oh, this is the other side of the well. Right, we're gonna go. Oh wow, that's the TV station. It has been absolutely wrecked. Okay, this is the airstrip they were going on about. Right, let's see if there's any obvious people we know we could talk to. Can we go talk to these guys? Think it'll rain anymore? Nah. I don't see any clouds. Also, why was I doing Bob's voice there? Hell, it'll probably rain anyhow. Just our luck. An assertive meow. Oh, really? He thinks it's going to rain again tomorrow, huh? Nah. I don't know, man. Animals have a sense for the weather. Go talk to the other cat over here. What are we being alert about? A croak reverberates inside the smoker. Okay, so there's a frog trapped in the smoker? Also, are we going to get some barbecue? Frog slips out into the grass, too quick to see. You're going to get some chips for dinner? I've got some leftover homemade stew, so I don't need to worry about what I'm having for dinner, for once. Can we talk to you? Apparently not. Who's over at the graveyard there? Oh, okay. The seer reclined high in a tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. She'd done the bulk of the carving over the hazy morning with the stoneworker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy, or very sad, or bored. From this height, she could see the earth movers shaping the mounds under the draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he'd made from her game, the map. Okay, mentioning like the weird, I'm guessing the earth mover doing like the circular pattern on the ground and calling it a game. It's kind of reminding me of like the maze that features in Westworld, the HBO series, because it's that circular labyrinth type pattern that keeps reoccurring. This headstone has no name on it. Who's this here? All I can read is better days. Better days ahead? They put their better days to rest here? Better days for whom, though? The one who died or the rest of the town? Or maybe dreaming of better days once more before going into the ground? Okay. So, what did we skirt past? We skirted past the TV station, didn't we? So it does look like there's possibly people walking around back there. Okay, so that's the weird monument thing. Here's the TV station. Let's go talk to the crow. What are we looking at? Emma gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certified program on public broadcasting at a community college, so no surprise there. Nikki showed her the data bank. James demonstrated the Sandine image processor, and then Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. I'm intrigued to know more about the image processor. The image processor was a beautiful machine. James had inherited its care from another artist, reverse engineering it for maintenance with the help of a dusty photocopied tome labeled The Distribution Religion. Rita learned just enough to make throbbing hypnotic rainbows appear on the screen, which seemed to be the machine's favorite trick. She wondered what they used it for in practice. It wasn't quite the radical guerrilla television crew she dreamed of joining. This group seemed more interested in sharing the town's home movies than cultural jamming and interfering with corporate stations, but she liked the focus on local concerns. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling. Knew from experience what that looked like. Wouldn't it be nice to arrive at the beginning of something for once? But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern, for sure, but also something like relief, hope, an awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? So the cat was able to stare back into the past and see what happened, how the TV station was able to survive after the power company left town. Can we look at the... No, nothing for the airstrip. Okay. Oh, there are shadows here, though. At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day, when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit overnight, alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved, and to Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. He thought it was elegant. He liked the idea of passing it every day, observing it from different angles. He liked boxy things, generally, and especially boxy machines. Everyone had agreed this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that damn messianic ditch. Still, they had a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods, haul the garbage away on the cart. Okay, so it's bin van. Okay. You giving the colouring a break before my hand drops off to go play some Destiny. But you're playing on PlayStation, aren't you? So you're still having to use both hands on the controller and that. I suppose it's a little easier. It's less focused. It's more ergonomic, the controller, isn't it? But still, okay. These are some odd-shaped houses. We've got, like, weird teepee-type things. And then we got these isometric domes. Paint and chalks in the small bag. Diary in a large bag. Stuffed dog in the small bag. Photograph of Chris in the large bag. Note in the small bag. Sandra couldn't decide. Should she keep the photo of her husband, or should Alex keep the photo of his father? I want to know about the diary. She wrapped the diary in a towel before stuffing it into her bag, feeling slightly silly doing it. Frasier had been on a tear, collecting all written material as the community property later. She was sure he couldn't possibly have meant even a personal diary, but she wasn't sure. She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Frasier had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. Managing to keep within lines. You're struggling with that in your colouring book? Most of the time. I mean, you can get wild and crazy and go outside the lines. I mean, we don't need no stinking rules. Colour outside the lines. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim this incredible lattice of influence? Or had they simply blindly given it to him? Are we going to find out more details about this Frasier? Rolls a 64 and challenges Gron to a drinking contest. Let's say it gets a little messy. Neither of them could hold their drink. Okay, that is a little odd, Grond. Challenging yourself to a drinking competition and somehow losing. Do we know who Wanda is? So are there any other shadows we can, like, peek into the past? Oh, hello. Who or what? Oh, you're just taking away the dead body. Oh, is this still Ron? I guess it could be. So because we're doing loops, things are changing slightly. Is there anything changed at the mouth of the well? Well, Junebug and Johnny have disappeared. I guess we go to that weird monument thing then now. Now, this is a cadre of shadows. This is probably a peek into the past. There you go. Six or seven men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch, and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt, mud, really. He made a hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. One man was louder than the rest. He had a nervous laugh that sucked all the air around him. Here at the bottom of the hollow there were patches of mud everywhere. Water pooled on the ground or just below the surface. That was the danger. Laughter quieted into a greedy chuckles, and he could feel the men approaching. What lazy game design, an entire house without textures. For me, it's more about staying alive or not, with medications and alcohol interferes with. Oh, okay, well, sorry, I missed stuff going back. Drinking is a losing prospect. Oh, okay, with the medication, that makes sense. Everyone that enters a drinking contest loses, to be honest. It depends on... I guess it depends on what you're drinking. Wasn't there another shadow poking around in the village here? Yes, here we go. Also, there was a cat call sign. So whenever we see a white cat, we can talk to them. Something in the bushes stirs. Is it that damn frog again? No response. Well, there was a shadow over here. Oh, here we go. There's a shadow. Though we can't seem to, like, see what these ones are up to. Apparently not. Okay. So could we do anything at the church here? Also, we couldn't do anything at the Waffle House, could we? These folks, the ones who built something, built this thing. They chase birds too. Oh, okay, he's still talking about that. Okay. Right, well, I guess the only place we haven't been is the weird monument thing. Like I said, this is very reminiscent of what we saw in the museum. No alcohol for you unless you want a trip to the hospital. Is this also tied to your opt meds and that? Or are you actually allergic to alcohol? Well, the mailbox says 5 Dogwood Drive. Do you hear music? I don't hear any music. So this is Dogwood Drive, really? Is there any mail in there? Is there a doormat? A key is under the doormat? What am I saying? No, is there any mail? Like, if someone wrote them a letter, maybe their name is on it. Just don't open any that say final notice. Those are secret. Just showed up at the house. Oh, this your place? Weird time for new construction. But what do I know? When? Where did it come from? Who lives here? Yeah, that's what we need to know. Haven't seen anyone. It's like the framework of a house. It's not quite a house. You're fine with alcohol, just not heavy drinking. Yeah, the meds. There we go. Feels warmer in here somehow, right? Nobody lives here. State the obvious. Well, somebody ordered some furniture. If someone who does live here, they keep it pretty tidy. It's actually quite spacious. It's strangely warm in here. Warmer and brighter. Strangely comfortable. It's actually quite spacious. Nice. I could see myself in a place like this. I mean, as some weird android cyborg thing, do you require a house? Or are you more about just somewhere you can plug your batteries in? Light in here is pretty great, actually. What this town needs is a kitchen. Yes. You'll be mouthing the captain this weekend. Doctor said I was 10 minutes from brain damage, coma, and possibly worse. After that, I never drank again. Wow. And that's why you should always read the restrictions and side effects that come with the meds. Yes. Somewhere to cook all the beans. There's so much room, I thought we could set up a whole studio. A music studio? Cool. Oh yeah, lots of room. Plus everything we recorded would have bird sounds on it. That's kind of a cool signature, right? I could set up a new workshop here. I'd like to get out of this town. No, I feel like Shannon is definitely going to want out of town. What's the hurry? Somehow I thought you might stay here now to live. You're right, I've got nowhere else to go. I guess back to the distillery, see if there's anything I can do? Yes. He seemed to know what he was getting into. That old man is lucky you look after him. Yeah. Is he, though? Sometimes I'm afraid I worry about him as a distraction from my own problems. Yeah, well, he'd do the same for me, right? No, it's a distraction. One could really fit a lot of books in here. I'd love to perform in a place like this at sunset. So much stuff just spread all over the place from the storm. I kind of feel like I'm on stage right now, actually. Know what I mean, ma'am? Yeah, but who's the audience? Everybody's leaving. Weird acoustics, like you get little echoes before the sounds themselves. I like it. Feels like it's time to move forward. We need to make sure and persevere. I'll preserve some of this stuff before the next big storm. It is time to move forward. You think more people will come after these people leave? We could put on a play for all the animals. That's an Ezra answer. I did. Just the first time I drank on meds, I did not feel anything. But I was just lucky that time, you guess? Probably. Or you didn't drink enough or something. Drank more that time. Somehow stayed almost sober. Probably was just a timing. Perhaps I had slightly lower dosage of meds that time. What is the building? I don't know. Like I said, it seems reminiscent of like one of the buildings we'd seen in like the housing museum, the one where we met Ezra and his giant eagle friend. At least there'll always be bugs. That's what I like about bugs. We saved what we could. What, in the town? And they're moving the furniture in. Okay. From here to that pile of mail, okay? Come stand here. This is the starting line. Starting line for what? Is Ezra just going to keep talking, or are we going to go find somebody else to speak to? Or observe? Tefania, I just gave way. Okay, we've got more mystery people we can look at. Rita tore up weeds. Elmo stood next to her with a bucket. She passed him the uprooted weeds. He stuffed them into the bucket. They worked this way for a few hours. Dark clouds drifted slowly closer, but wouldn't arrive until evening. Elmo left to get some tea. Rita pulled an apple from her bag and lay her head back onto the overturned dirt. She looked up at the sky. For a moment, she looked directly at the sun. Then she closed her eyes and let the after image fade. You should never do that, kids. Don't stare into the sun. Elmo came back with a plastic jug of sweet tea. They sat and drank for a while and then got back to work. The garden was coming along as well as they could hope. Given months of neglect, when the plant shut down, the company abruptly pulled out of the area and took a large part of the town's population with it. This included the Carver family, who had tended this garden, the largest and most productive in town for years. Rita and Elmo worked until it started to rain. The rain washed their sweat into the dirt. I guess this guy going back and forth we can't do anything with yet. Yeah, I'd be worried about that too. Well, it isn't just the rodents. The floors are mostly rotted, and I think you'd fall right through. I'm surprised they're still standing after last night. All the buildings? No. Most of them have good bones. It's just these ones the power company built are rotten. Oh, okay. Yeah, the power company moved in here a while back and set it up like their own little town. For the workers. But they didn't build them too good, huh? It's garbage. They couldn't be bothered. I lived in that one over there, in fact, when I first came here to work at the power plant. Hey, Panda. Oh, yeah? I won't set foot in there now, though. Huh. It looks like some kind of cultist site. It does. It's got that vibe about it. I think it's because it's like a ghost town. But anyway, how are you doing today, Panda? Anything interesting happening in your life? Are we back from the civil service work? Was it a good day today? Also, Sucks already said that you are going to be about for Saturday. Though we are still trying to put together a list of like possible games to play. Don't worry, Golf and Human Fall Flat are on the list as like the backups. But I'm wondering if there's anything like different we've like said in the past or something new that might be cool. A confident meow. You're a chatty one, aren't you? Sure, whatever you say. Friday's day off start. Okay, so your days off start on Friday. So is it like almost like a long weekend? So is it not like Monday to Friday for work? Yeah, Saturday will be the community day. At least that's the current plan. He's busy Friday night. You've already booked him in, have you, Sock? A lizard darts out from beneath a rock. Cautious meow. No sign of lizards now. Oh, either a dead body or what? Clyde lay on his back on the runway, hands folded behind his head, halfway between dreams and the afternoon sun. He entertained the momentary delusion that he'd survived a plane crash, and was vaguely unhappy when the dream faded. Coming into land, he'd slammed into a truck. The driver probably thought the runway was another road. The runway smelled like oil, years of leaky light aircraft taking off and landing. All the state said they wanted was to knock down some trees, many trees, and build a road tying this small town to the larger web of streets and highways that entombed the rest of the country. It would bring in new goods, new people, maybe even some cash for tourism. Many of the residents supported the idea, but Clyde and his inner circle of stunt pilots turned mail carriers knew that the road would be the end of their secluded paradise. More like he booked you, okay. What's that emote? Grabbing that ass. Oh, we panda. Like I said, I still need to come up with a some kind of appropriate butt emote, don't I? For the Discord. Well, I mean, there's a shadow person here. Sitting meditating, but we can't, like, meow at them and get some, like, vision of the past. Right, we'll go talk to Ron then. No, miss, they don't scare me at all. If you met them, you'd feel the same way, I'm sure. I'm just curious, I guess. I know them pretty well by now, but I'd like to have known them better. There's one I think is called Jorge. He left us some clues in books a while back. Oldest one here is quite... Oh, that was a giant eagle that just flew over. Quite a mystery to us all, but very particular. I leave the radio on for him at night. He seems to like the AM call-in shows, but just out of tune. Sometimes Rita finds a book from the old library and we leave it out for him. I think he likes that. They've definitely gone on about the books, haven't they? I've got to imagine he likes it anyway. Well, wouldn't you, I guess? You must keep pretty busy. I feel like we're just getting one side of this conversation here with no frame of reference. For me, it's back on the road. A performance in Nashville. I should go home to Lithuania. I'm beginning to think I might stay here. Is that ridiculous? No, she did say she was heading back out because she got more performances. Sock rolls a 69, becomes the leader of a sex cult and nominates fears as the object of everyone's desire. I play music with a friend in a small bar. We've performed together before. He sings beautifully, but sadly. Because her thing is she plays the theremin, isn't it? That's what we discovered. I have a gig in an art gallery. The idea is to play the theremin for 24 hours, uninterrupted. It would be difficult, but rewarding, I think. That sounds kind of cool. But with everyone gone, who'll feed these ghosts? Yeah, they're making the right move. There's nothing here anymore for the living. How do you feed a ghost? Unless it's Slimer, then it's just, you know, food.
He's a very naughty boy.
Right. Did look like there was people up by the graveyard again. Oh, Ezra. He's talking with the crow. There's really never been a road to this place. Why not? So how did you get all the food out here? Anxious scraping noises, yes. That's what I figured. How'd they manage that? Indignant core. Just a few chitters. Makes sense to me. Detailed series of chitters or undulating coo? I guess we could, but it sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, okay, we'll stick around to help. Yep, that's definitely Julian that keeps flying past. You're right, I'll think about it. Okay then, guess we better get started. Can't talk to you. What's over here? It's really cool. Where did you get it? Oh, it's just in my pocket, my jacket pocket. Is it special? It's exactly the one we need to play this game. 20 sides? Oh, they're playing a little D&D, are you? You play board games? I'm more into screens, I guess. This was actually someone else's jacket. I'm sure he doesn't need that anymore. Hang on a second. Oh, it's because we played this pre-release, the pre-version, so we didn't actually, because we kept the, we put the dice back on the table at the very beginning. Perfect. I'll hold on to this. So it's canonically they took the dice with them. Okay, don't lose it. I will guard it with my life. Okay, that's interesting because obviously when we played like the first 3 acts, the menu was different, wasn't it? It was like very list-like, not the kind of big circular thing. And the first chapter, when we went into the petrol station, we like saw those ghosts playing some kind of D&D game. We chased after their D20 that rolled onto the floor. It was like glow in the dark. When we came back, the ghosts were gone, and there was an option of putting the dice back on the table for them or keeping it. Apparently, because Shannon's walking around with Conway's jacket on, she had the dice in her pocket, which we definitely didn't do. What games do you want to play on Saturday? I mean, like I said, I would like to play something we've not tried before. Honestly, we've got our backups, but there's nothing really that's like jumping out as I really want to play this. You want rum a lot? Might be getting Morgan again. You just ordered a liter of the Captain. The rum I had at Christmas, which was really actually quite nice, was like Mount Gay 1803, something like this. That is a golden rum. It's really nice. Escape from Tarkov. Well, no, because isn't it like it's not actually on like Steam or any other client. You have to buy from the site, and it's still like 20, 30 quid, isn't it? I think it's a Barbados one, but it's really nice. I mean, you can almost, you don't even have to mix it with anything. It's nice sipping rum. Escape from party games. Well, I have Crusader Kings. I don't know how many other people... That would take up a lot of time, though, wouldn't it? Is it free for everyone now? I did hear... I don't know... Did you hear about this, Valdir, that Paradox are considering, like, going for a subscription model for, like, future 4X games? So, instead of, like, the base game and then the hundreds of expansions they normally have... they'd actually consider doing some kind of subscription model where you could just, pay your money and you could have access to the game and all the expansions as long as you keep up the subscription. Which would be interesting, I think. You got more captive for less, which was the clincher. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not an expensive one, but it's not an inexpensive one, is it? Is there a free MMORPG, actually? We could all dive in. I mean, technically, Destiny, like levels 1 to 20, 1 to 30, is a free MMORPG. It's a shooty MMO, but... Path of Exile? Possibly. I mean, it's how many people would want something like that? You have CK2 as well. Turns out seduction is the way to go with satanic cults as well. Thought if I'm going to drink this, to drink it, would have either Kraken or Mount Gay. Okay, yeah. Put Path of Exile on the suggestion list. I will add that to kind of the votable ones as well. Because, I mean, that's free, isn't it? So everyone has access to that. What are we probing? How does a cat do any probing? Just try again later. Somebody is either stone drunk snoring or they're not particularly well and they've got, like, breathing difficulties. Oh, the plane's up and running? Oh. It looks like the androids managed to get the plane fixed. Nice little setup you've got. Oh, it's just Junebug and somebody else. Clyde. Ain't like it used to be around here, I'll tell you that. It never is. What changed? The runway's got some cracks in it, for one. Cass is gone. That's a big change. Who's Cass? Tell me about Cass. Oh, what can I tell you? She loved her nephew and nieces, the brothers, who started our little community of pilots. Oh, Clyde is what, the guy we saw like sunbathing on the runway earlier? But that was a ghost, wasn't it? She was a smart lady. No, she was a wise lady. Knowing her, I came to see the difference. Her favorite was Macy. Quite thoughtful kid, but a demon in the saddle. In the cockpit, I mean. She doted on Beth, the wild one. One time, she had the extraordinary idea to do a trick landing on a moving truck. We all know how that ended. Cass was the one who got us to finally pave that landing strip. Had a premonition it'd be useful. But then she made us break all our paving tools as soon as it was done. A lot of people describe it as the game Diablo 3 wanted to be. I think it's kind of fair. I mean, I've only played a little bit of Path of Exile, but I played it kind of after I'd played Diablo 3, because Diablo 3 you can play like the first section of it for free, can't you? Before then you have to start paying. And then going from Diablo to Path of Exile, I just felt PoE was a little clunkier, because Path of Exile is made in Unity, isn't it? So there was just something about the level of polish that just, like, I don't know whether it's just at the time, just immediately going from, like, a Blizzard game, not that Blizzard actually make polished games now, apparently, to Path of Exile, it just felt... Also, it didn't, like, grab me straight away. Whereas Diablo, it felt like you were thrown into the action more or less straight away. Being a prisoner and then having to pick class and wash up on island, it just... I don't know, it just felt a little stilted. I don't know. I just didn't get into it immediately. And there was just something about the feel of it, I guess. Let's do the paving one. There's one thing Cass always insisted on about this place. No roads leading in or out. Hell, we could always fly. Tell you the truth, I've long suspected the reason Cass never wanted any roads here was just to keep the horses safe. And now... well, all the horses have drowned, so... no one's leaving. I take it that's Ezra. Ezra just talked to all the animals. There you are. I think this other cat was looking for you. Will you be a family now? Funny how you stick together. You still act like you're alone. That's the cat way, huh? Always alone together. Miss Shannon's like that, I think. Just like that old man we were traveling with. Yeah, it was like Conway. Can't help it, though. I think he forgot how to do anything else. Seemed like it made him unhappy, but he thought he deserved it, I guess. So you, Panda, Thalius, Chris will play. You'd be welcome to join. I'm sure there are others lurking around too. Yeah, I mean, it is free, so it is available to everyone. And if you've played any of those like Diablo-esque games, it's easy enough to like get a grip of how it plays. What's this? What's this? There's white stuff all around. What's this? What's this? Oh man, it's totally broken. Waterlogged tapes, they might still play you. Who knows? But all the VCRs are shut, and you're not going to find any replacements now. I don't even know where to put all this. Hate to call it trash. I wonder if that garbage truck still works. I don't suppose we can do anything else in the TV station. No. Okay, what about back to the weird house? We did speak to you, didn't we? Finally, it just gave way. What gave way? But you did good. It's not your fault. They didn't let you finish, that's all. If they let you finish, oh, forget about it. This place would be dry as a bone. You always did work hard. Is she talking to, like, the ghost we'd seen digging the trench? It's a memorial. Oh, there's the guy digging the trench, the stranger that they've spoken about. Ezra's wading through the trash with Junebug. Some of these are really old. Maybe we should open them. Scolding mail. Ha. He says not to open other people's mail, kid. I know what he said. Ha. He says not to open other people's mail, kid. I thought that's what she just said. Yeah, every time we go back. Okay, right. That's the only dialogue. Also, I am noticing we're not getting the option to, like, move this dialogue on our own. I wonder if it's like reset. Would it have been under control or text? Let's have a look. Yeah, it reset that. I guess the game did an update or something. Which would also explain why when we booted it up, it was at 0 dB. What's with the small mound here? She watched him. He walked deliberately, his eyes closed. He was always remembering the path. This was the path the seer had found in her scrying game. A series of private dice rolls and inscrutable diagrams. We want to know about the game. The community trusted this game. It had led them to the finish-filled streams, intimate knowledge of the elements and the stars. Even here to the Cenote settlement. They trusted it without understanding it. And now the game had revealed to the seer this vital route, which would lead them to safety before the next floods came. The seer led them to Route 0. At the end of the route, she'd seen a safe, quiet place. Caverns of leathery black birds. That's the bats we've seen. A lake of eyeless fish. And towering flame. So the towering flame is like the computers that were on fire by the scientists. Now the diver walked the mounds, memorizing the route. He was almost ready. The only diver we came across was the guy that worked for the restaurant. Shannon got anything to say? Sure, whatever you say. Oh no, we'd already spoken to her. Well, the horse is all the way up to the barn now, so I guess... Oh, and there's 2 horses' heads on that. Well, I guess... Let's go talk to Ron. Heavier than they look. Well, they're horses. Of course they're damn heavy. That's a very large creature you were hauling. Okay. Who was this? This was Rita? Who was painting the horses' heads? Marianne. I saw the design on a barn somewhere. Would you believe it came to me in a dream? One of those dreams where you're lost somewhere, kind of familiar and anonymous, like a bus terminal. Anyway, don't want to hear about that. No, let's hear about the bus terminal. Did it have a giant eagle there? And a lost kid? Everyone else knows where to go, but you're really confused. Let's be quiet for a moment. It's nice. What's it for? Oh, Marianne worked at the bureau. What's it for? They're going to put this on the old barn as part of the ceremony. I'm honored to tell the truth. Maybe it'll be kind of like a marker. I've never painted a grave marker before. Right. We got anybody to talk to? What about the cat? Meow. Apparently all we can do is meow. Okay. Does it work? I don't know. I think you wind it here. I know, it doesn't work. I could probably fix it. Oh, you could definitely fix it, man. Then you'd have to find a new robot friend. And then I'd have to have a new robot friend. Okay, so making friends with robots. Is that better or worse than a giant eagle? What if the giant eagle and the robot teamed up? Also, can we... Is that like a little cave or something we could go through? No, it's just going up there. next? Is that Ezra over there? Look at this place, the library. Ah, what a mess. Do you know how long you have to be asleep before you can start dreaming? I'm basically like this building, only buildings only next to kin. I feel like I should give you a tour, but let's skip the good part. Any questions? I don't think anyone else, nobody living, has spent as much time exploring it. Because I've chosen to be the one to remember it. I'm the designated rememberer. Whenever I have a quiet moment to myself, I close my eyes and picture this building. The floor, the ceiling, the arc of the hallways. I have a gallery of obscure corners I revisit in my head each night. It helps me fall asleep. I like that kind of history, the lived-in details. My friend Bert... does she also have another friend called Ernie? My friend Bert says the work of history is to find a pattern in the unasked questions. In the evening when the Chinese wall was finished, where did the Masons go? Well, weren't they buried alongside it? This Kentucky game is pretty long. Yes, I mean, considering this last chapter was supposed to be an hour, we're padding it out for like 2+ hours now. Caesar beat the Gauls. Was there not even a cook in his army? Yeah, this is a special place. I feel a little guilty. You'd fit right in here. I'm sure it's a mess right now. But there's some residual energy from those fearless experimenters that I don't think will ever dissipate. I could stay here. I don't think I want to live in a place like this. I mean, Ezra doesn't really have a home, does he? But he's going to be hanging out with the Johnny and Junebug. Oh, hi. Hey, aren't you... What's good, little dude? We were talking about the library. We were talking about history. We were talking about the people who built this. Is this your family? Oh, are you in a band? I guess the Carly are his family now. It's much shorter without the voice acting, but that's why we're all here. Really? Not just to see me, screw up the most basic of concepts. Ezra's definitely taken to Johnny. Sure we are, right, ma'am? What do you say, kid? Just travel companions. Whatever you say, Cricket. To be continued. Oh, Ron's finally digging a grave. It'd have to be a big grave for those horses. Hey, this book is pretty good shape. City of Ladies. Interesting. No, I've never read it either. Good question. Let's take a look. Here we go. Minerva, Circe, Sappho. Some ladies from the Bible. I think they were all get together and build a city. Sounds nice. I'll get us a bus ticket, eh? Let's talk to Johnny and whoever is at the Waffle House. I mean, I feel like we could go for some waffles right about now. Oh, it's Elmo, is it? Ever since then, I've just been treating it like a little cafe for the town. But before that, it was the company store. Oh, yeah? You like to cook? Sure, I'd make you some waffles that'd blow your mind if the power was back on. I'm about as good a cook as I am at predicting the weather. If you want, and you promise to keep a secret, I'll pass on my waffle recipe before I head out. Why so secretive? That's okay, I don't really eat. Ah, but he did want road snacks earlier, didn't he? When we went to that store, the floating barge type petrol station. The mystery adds to the flavor. I just can't bear the thought of any son of a bitch from that power company eating one of my waffles. It definitely adds to the flavor. Well, I know I'm not sticking around. You think you'll do anything with this place? We ought to just set this place on fire. No way. I'd like to see the cafe reopen. I'd like to see that. But I think if we take out the tables and knock a couple of walls down, this place will make a good concert venue. No, the cafe definitely has to reopen. Also, is that cupcakes or a very large cupcake or something there? Sure, whatever you say. Oh no, you're still saying the same thing? 3A, lay paper flat. 3B, bring bottom left. Okay, somebody's doing origami. Crease, steady pressure. Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive. She rolled her wrists. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift, and she'd made dozens of flowers. Ron had brought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. Repeat steps 4A to 7 for each petal. Take care not to rip the filaments from step 9. Company store used to have a dedicated staff until civic responsibility plan a few years back. Now everyone took 1 or 2 shifts a week on a mandatory volunteer basis. Mandatory volunteer. A commotion outside caught Nikki's attention. Men yelling, blows landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. Oh, is this related to like the guy that died? The stranger? The stranger cursed the town with his death. Well, a good chunk of the furniture's been moved in now. I guess once that large wardrobe is moved, then we'll know we're done. Not too, John, only because we all know what we'd do any better, and if we couldn't, we'd still lack your panache. Oh, is that what you call it? What I call just like fumbling around trying to make sense of everything, you call panache. I'll take it, though. I will definitely take it. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of the light aircraft. Cass shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through the stack of unopened letters. Demand for aerial stunts have faded almost completely, and many of their company had died or aged out of their profession. Clyde and Cass found for the remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas, but this place was abandoned. Cass's cards predicted they'd be here for quite a while. Okay, Johnny and Junebug, what do you have to say? I really like this knife. What kind of knife? It has an aura. Know what I mean? An aura? I'm trying to click. Thank you. Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut apples. It's meant for greater things. Yes, ma'am. The plane engine is rumbling. What plane engine? I thought the plane was out of commission. Let's go check. No, it's up and running again. Where are you flying to? Flying, huh? I'm just checking to see if everything's working okay. You could fly her somewhere if you wanted, though, right? Of course. So why don't you? Right, follow the ghost back here. Nothing in these houses. We got the frog out of the smoker. Hey, Desmond! How are we today? Right. Oh, damn. There he goes. Can we go in after him? In the bushes? Yeah. After the raccoon? Yeah. Johnny really likes the animals, doesn't he? No. But it's probably full of thorns. Yeah, but raccoon! It's not happening. Okay. Oh, don't pout. Tell you what. If that raccoon comes back into town, we'll leave some food out for him. Yes, ma'am. Hey, don't run into the graveyard. Why not? It's disrespectful. People are trying to rest. How are you? I'm not too bad. I think we've said several times. The voice is a little croaky today, but no particular reason why. Just is. But yeah, I actually got sleep last night, so I'm feeling a little more energized than I was yesterday. And all that kind of thing. And yeah, not too bad. As hump days go, it's not faring too badly. And we're going to wrap up not just one, but possibly 2 Let's Plays today, I guess, with this. I have OJ in the morning, and I have an orange every night, so I'm getting the vitamin C into the system. Don't worry about that, noob. Agreed. Okay. Okay, the goofy-looking horses. Is that Wild Royal a typo? Realizes that their outfit is a crime against humanity, so checks themselves into fashion jail. Law volunteers. Yeah, there's a typo there. To be their warden and starts fashion rehab. Yep, there's a typo there. Can I even remember where that is? I can't remember where I placed that in a folder. Because I will forget to change it else. So everybody will be volunteering later on if I don't. Right. What number was it? It was 72. There you go. Should be fixed. You volunteers yourself. Yep. Right. This weather makes this... I kind of wish it never stopped raining. 6 feet? That's the standard. Standard for people, anyway, but... Yeah, no. How deep would you have to bury a horse? 6 feet, the rule for a person. And let's say the average person is 5'9". Maybe I ought to stick to traditional depth out of respect. No, I think they need to go a bit deeper. The neighbors were about 15 hands, so that's pretty close. Now that I can't figure is for purpose of burial. Do you measure from the front legs to the back? Well, at least I'm putting the math in. If this was still company property, they'd be off to a landfill, cold sons of bitches. Must have been 4 hours dragging them out of the water. I got their measurements down. Carved into my muscle. Permanent. So heavy. Waterlogged. God. That's not how I want to remember them. Just got so deep so fast. I shouldn't have been that deep there. Neighbors were the soul of this shitty town. I wouldn't even call this place a town. It's barely a village. It's a few houses dotted around a well. Now it's empty even before we left. It's good to bury them here. Lucky I was still around to do it. Joke is on us, yeah. Noob's favourite ASMR could well be the Great Old Ones. Though it's probably more Laws than Noob's. 6 foot deep, but a lot wider, yeah. Let's just say they're a little on the large side in comparison. Oh, are we getting waffles? Let's go get some waffles. Alright, man, let's see what you got. This one looks like you might still play. Oh, Bill Monroe, great. Yeah, we had a few of his. Man, this is a Barnstormer, popular. They used to be, but then the jukebox started to wear down. The longer it would run, the slower it would play. And then these weird echoes would start to come in. Like the music was leaking and just pooling in the bottom somewhere until everything was drowning. After a few hours, no matter what you put in that jukebox, it'd come out strange, wrong. I don't know, that sounds pretty cool to me, man. You have a favorite ASMR stream? According to the Wild Magic table, you do, noob. It's listening to the dreams of the great old ones. Shannon is still saying the same thing. Also, nobody said anything about the church. This one ghost. Ezra and Junebook. Oh, it's Emily. I thought it was Ezra. Minecraft, really? But yes, that was me taking the piss out of Minecraft. Yeah, I'll miss them for sure. Beautiful creatures and so thoughtful. And Rena never got as many bands to come up here as she would have liked, I think. But it was always a blast. Let's talk about the horses. I bet. Where do you think you'll go? Whoa, look at this. Emily pulls a videotape out of the rubble. Pulls a slate adorned with partial circuit diagram from the rubble. Pulls the broken projector out of the rubble. I mean, the projector is there. Let's grab the... Let's grab the tape. Home movies? Label's all muddy. Looks like... Oh, it's cave art. Cool. Who knows if it'll play, though. This is Rita's tape. I should get this to her. Maybe she can clean it up. Emily pulls a piece of slate. Let's go with the slate. Hey, I've got one of those. It's, This is part of James's schematic for the sanding image processor. Damn. This is valuable information. Junebook has one of those? Some kind of image filter? Voltage regulator? Source of uncertainty! I mean, that's what we're rolling on the, yeah. Let's go with the source of uncertainty. Very little I can salvage here. I wouldn't mean anything anyway. It's kind of a package deal. Also, Source of Uncertainty is also a good episode title, isn't it? Have to note these down because I'm definitely going to forget them else. You managed to turn yourself into a pineapple and then you slice yourself up? Wow. That's pure skill there. Minecraft is what you call a German peanut butter company. Also, they do sliced cheese. Can we talk to Shannon now? Oh, I don't know. Just a bunch of old stuff. It's hard to imagine someone ordering this. Like, these things specifically. Why these things? This folding rocking chair, it's nice, but it's so peculiar. Someone really wanted this chair? Now we're setting it all up, trying to reverse engineer this person we never met. I kind of feel like we are that person. We're making that person right now together. Yeah, thanks. That helps. Also, shouldn't Ron be done burying? Oh, hello. I see you in there. The seer huddles in a small cave. The deer hunters ran by, shielding their eyes from the torrential rain. It must have looked like she was taking shelter, but she was waiting for the water to rise and envelop her. The water was warm. It rose above her knees. It reminded her of the womb. She closed her eyes. She wondered where the diver was now. Okay, so the seer is... The fact that they were, like, deer hunters and that... So the seer and that is from, like, an age past. This is very old ghosts. She wondered where the diver was now. If he had found the end of the route. Was he on his way back, or had he been lost underground? Either way... It was too late. Desmond rolls a 78. A huge left hand appears over his head, which copies everything he actually... Yeah. We don't want to know what Desmond is doing with that hand. She thought back to the first flood, long before her birth. A flood she had only seen in dice rolls. Okay, so she's playing D&D as well. Back whenever this was. She stayed there for a while, and then opened her eyes again. Now the water was crossing her heart. She took the game pieces from her bag and released them, gently into the flood. Oh, can we talk to Ezra, staring at the dead horses? Goodbye, horses. Hand me that rag. Oh. Should we be worried about the swarm of flies? Scared meow? I guess these could be bats, couldn't they? Hand me that rag, would you? The one with the embroidered bird on it. This one? Does it have a bird on it? I think so. Don't you know what a bird looks like? Yeah, but it's pretty small. I thought it was some letters. I guess that could be a bird on there. Well, it's a rag, ain't it? As long as it's a rag, I guess it'll work for mopping sweat. Yeah, it's a rag for sure. I mean, you can provide your own meows if you want. You know, simply by... that. Anybody else we can talk to? Shannon's still saying the same thing. It's clearly something we haven't clicked on, because it's not, like, progressing on anymore, is it?
Who did you say it was, brother? Who was it fell by the way? When whiskey and blood run together, did you hear anyone pray? I didn't hear nobody pray, dear brother. I didn't hear nobody pray. I heard the crash on the highway, but I didn't hear nobody pray.
Are you gonna done with your song yet? Can we move on? I'm not gonna sing the entire... wow. You want me to sing everything? Death played her hand in the destruction, but I didn't hear nobody pray. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he has no music skill if he can't sing tossing a coin to witches. Right. Where? I think we've spoken to everybody, haven't we? Karaoke time. I do genuinely think we've, like, spoken to everybody we could see, at least. Unless we're supposed to go back down the hole. Yeah, there's definitely nobody around the well. Nobody back up there. These guys are saying the same thing over again. Where's the rest of the people gone? I mean, there's all the ones we've been rolling with, but there's also the people that were at the TV station. Most of them are gone. There's just Ron doing his digging. And singing. Are they all at the Waffle House? So I did see a ghost back there behind the bell. You just gotta kill guard, you'll be right back. Yeah, have we broken it? I don't know. I mean, there's somebody back up here. A worm guard, to be precise. Are we into, like, one of the later books of June? Who was it? Like, obviously, it's Paul Atreides as, like, the Messiah, but then one of his descendants becomes the God King of Arrakis, and Zol in Destiny. Okay, well, I figured it was Destiny anyway. Yeah, we are definitely missing something. Where did all the people go? So far, all we can see is Clyde on his plane. Ezra. Here we go. Keep it. Oh, okay. I thought we had this full conversation. Keep your distance now. Take off. Na 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 na. Engine conks out. Ah, finally, people are at the church. Okay, well, he was just testing the engine, wasn't he? It's a disappointing fight. How deep is it into it? Is it like the shadow hand stuff, whatever? Like I said, I only played Destiny 2 up to level 20, and I didn't get much further in the story than whatever it was that when I hit that level cap. I even lived in there for a bit. No way. Yeah, too drafty. I moved out one winter and never looked back. It gets cold? Sure, when the sun is down. Nice old church, though. Really nice. Could make a nice workshop. There you go. Okay, right. Well, it feels like we have progressed on a bit more. Can we talk to Clyde after he's parked up? Well, he seems to have disappeared. Who's that? Is that Emily? No, that's Marianne, isn't it? I think. Wanda? Who the hell's Wanda? Part 4, subsection G. Notes on inhabitants. Part 5, addendum. Notes on soil. Let's go with the inhabitants. Most have relocated already prior to the transitional event. Small group, mixed duration of residence. Resident or visitor? Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, right? I can spot you easy now. I'm making a survey of the site for potential reclamation. We've had our eyes on this site for years. Zol was part of the Warmine DLC? Is that one of the free ones now? If so, I might take a look at it, but... Because, like, the free version of Destiny 2 is, like, the base game and, like, the first DLC? I think. Initial results are promising. I think this may be the moment we finally reclaim this ghost town. Alright, well, don't set up shop just yet, huh? Warmine is one of the free ones, okay. First two of the free ones, okay. Where did everybody else go? Also, is Ron done singing? Well, Ron's no longer in the hole. Ron? Ron! Also, the bats have gone. And the sun is going down. It annoyed you greatly. What? What about it annoyed you? Oh, hello. Ron's ringing the bell. Is it time for the burial ceremony? Doesn't seem to be annoying the birds that sat right on top of it, though, does it? Just saunters over the top of the cat. We heading back to the corpses? I guess we probably are. Yep, everybody's here, ready to... Wow, that was quick, getting them in the hole. I guess it was just... lever effect to just roll them in. In fact, everything became free. What annoyed you? Oh, okay. Was that new players got all that stuff free? That incentivized people to join, but people who actually paid and supported them the whole time didn't get anything. Oh, what? Really? So you didn't get, like, weird points you could spend on, like, cosmetic stuff or anything like that? Nothing at all? That's unusual. I mean, we're just staring at a hole in the ground. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Hey, y'all. Thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to... Well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure and speak up, okay? I think Ron's headed through the woods tonight. Back to the road, if you want a caravan. You staying, M? No, I'm heading out too. Now that the station is gone, there's nothing here for me, sorry to say. We're going to help James move the image processor to a safe place on the river somewhere. For right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbours. Also, they're horses, so it should be the neighbours. Nikki has a poem, and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbours were kind, gentle, beautiful horses. I used to go on walks with the silver one, out in the woods by... Why didn't anybody ever give them names? You also have the free version on PC, but pretty much haven't played it. I mean, I got it free before it was free, kind of the idea, because I think at one point they gave it away for free on Humble, and that's where I just played up to like that level 20 cap, had the account, and it just sat there then for God knows how long until it got its Steam release and that. Nothing at all. It would have been nice to maybe get a discount on new DLCs or cosmetics or a cool gun. Yeah, it would have made sense that there would have been like some sort of like Founder's armor and gun set for people that brought the DLCs. This is a huge funeral for a pair of horses. I wonder if this actually happens in small towns. I don't know. This could just be the game being weird as it has been, or it could just be a reflection of like what happens in some, like, small-town America places. The silver one, well, I guess he was grey, but his coat looked silver in the light. So I always called him that in my head. The other one is the other one. I love these horses, but you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So I'm sorry. Silver one and other one. Sorry I don't have better names for you. You deserved better names. Also, sorry I'm so bad at this. Anybody else have anything to say? I've got something to say. I was thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail. We didn't give them names because their names weren't ours to give. The horses were here before us, you know. They came with the people from the Central America. You know, the utopians, the people of nothing. The people of nothing arrived by horseback in October, and their first experiment was to free the horses. That was generations ago, of people and horses. I don't know when we started calling them the neighbors. The neighbors. We should have called them the people, I think. They were the only consistent residents of this place for over 100 years, and now they're all gone. Who are the people now? Go on, Ron. I mean, you dug the hole. I feel like you have the right to say something. I got something to say. I just want to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone. I didn't want to make a thing of it. But if we're clearing the air, well, that happened, and it's okay. I mean, recently, too. I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple of days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. It would have been okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just wanted to say that I would have cleaned up after you if you crapped on my floor. Really? Do we have to have a conversation with Ron? Is he into that kind of thing? Thanks, Ron. I guess we better move on. Nikki, you ready? Thanks for sticking around, like Emily said. It's so good to have you all here. I know some people had to leave already. I don't judge anyone for that. I think the neighbors would have liked this. All of us gathered here. They liked to be around people. Level cap now is 40 with a power cap of 950 at least. That's when you played. They got rid of the levels and the light cap is such higher now. Would have preferred an armor or gun shader. That would have been cool. So they have similar system, but just season rank. Also, where the hell is the pencil when I need it? Okay, are you back to the colouring, or are you making notes or something? I'm pretty sure it's 980. This looks even more like a cult. We're worshipping the dead horses. It could be a cult. I don't know. Where were we? You and the other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company, to dig a ditch. The company worked him good and hard. They worked him good and hard, did they? Okay. And for less than he was worth. But it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, we became ungovernable. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. I wanted to write this poem because the neighbors led me through that time. This is a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're going to bury this town today. When we bury these horses, it's the same thing. We're going to bury these horses, and what do you think will happen next? We all walk out into the woods and leave this place empty. No, I guess some of us might stay and build again. That's all right. It couldn't be me, but to try is your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave. But that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says. A mother horse eyes cult. I'm so confused by what's going on. I mean, you're not the only one, Desmond, and I'm the one that's been playing it from the start. A cult is happening, yes. Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding. I think the grass will never grow again. We all leave this town and call that town a ghost. For we who stayed in shame to penance pay. For we... I'm getting choked up here. For we who stayed in shame to penance pay and hoped to mercy find right where we sinned. Those hopes are withered. No mercy left. Who could forgive us now? We've buried our merciful friends. Nikki closes her eyes for a moment before continuing. Nikki directs her attention to Shannon. Nikki's hands tremble a bit as she reads from the paper. Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so. Our better selves clear of ourselves, where we see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends, with love. I have no will now left to comfort you. Our neighbors left us here, though not alone. To greener pastures we might say they but lie. So let me try instead to share your woe, but staring at the clouds my vision showed. Where friends have gone, we hope one to go. The woe. Here where we lay our town and friends to rest. In distant valleys, home to better friends. Below the earth in damp and torchlit caves. May yet some day a new and hale grass grow. Return their souls in peace and gentle roam. Some other cherished fools will build their home. If your horse corpses are glowing, you're in trouble. Yeah, possibly.
I've heard of a land of joy.
At least somebody's taking it for me. Because I was definitely going to not going to sing that high.
Where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going.
Also, this should be auto-advancing, shouldn't it?
I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to him and never to stray.
Also, I like how the robots are actually dressed up in black. Also, who invited the ghosts?
Well, glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go.
The cult is growing.
For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know.
Also, there appears to be ghost cats as well. Oh no, that's just my cat.
Some beautiful day. For glory to him who died for me, I'm going that way.
A lot of people have died in this town.
I know I shall meet him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet him face to face in glory at last.
The ghosts are taking over, they are.
Oh, I believe
I'm waiting for the ghost horses to ride past.
well done, he'll say, while trusting my soul redeem in love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior
So there are ghosts inside the grave.
me each day.
Ghost apocalypse.
I'm clinging to him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long.
I know this is meant to be a lovely moment, but I saw three ghosts that looked down and looked back up suddenly. The buggers are all over the screen. Yep. In conclusion, ghosts, yes. Do we get to meet the ghost of Weaver? What are we doing now? Do we jump in the grave with them? We can't talk to anybody. Can we go over to the graveyard? Are there more ghosts over here? Well, I guess there could be, but they're all under trees. Where are these guys going? Are they all heading towards the building, I guess? Oh, look, I see skeletons on like a chair there. Casual guitar picking. Also, I can't click on the thing, so there might be text. You know, a game is weird when jumping in a grave with a dead horse is a viable means of progression. Well, they did say it could turn into a nice stage for a live performance, didn't they? I take it we're never going to go and see Conway again. He turned into a skeleton, took off on a boat somewhere, and that's it. I guess that's it. Conway's gone. Wow, we start off with him, but he doesn't make it to the last chapter. So, I'm still just as confused. That was odd. But yeah, that was Kentucky Route Zero. And, you know, despite what this seems, we haven't just played chapters 4 and 5. We have done all the rest. We haven't done the little interludes and that. But that did take us to just gone 4. So this is an appropriate place to go take our break, grab some coffee. I can give my voice a rest for 5 minutes. And then when we come back, we shall carry on with coffee talk. So the talking shall continue, but we are definitely going to require some coffee to go with it. So yes, time for a break. Let me lob a mark in here.